I'm at my work, and this is like my little playground where I do my work and stuff like that. So I wanted just to get this video out and you know give you some base of knowledge. Like a lot of people they have their way of interpret things and stuff like that and way of life. Now I'm gonna tell you this: with a lot of people don't believe in horoscope. A lot of people believe in horoscope. Same thing with the zodiacs. Same thing with the planets. Same thing with what's going on in the internet. Some people believe it, some people don't. That's just across the board. We seen it and we hear it, and it's up to you if you want to take the information. So now the information that I'm about to give is that, listen, all the brothers and sisters is out here, and mothers, and like the parents, the fathers, all of that. What I'm gonna say is something that is maybe it seems is not to be truth, but if you really look deep down, you have to maybe have to question it a little bit, or maybe you don't want to question it. Who cares? But here it goes. I see a lot of people talking about your mothers and fathers. They're the ones who got you in this world. Understands that, but you gotta understand, as in the physical way of life, yes, that's where it is. Spiritually, most people that's not in tune in spiritually. Now, yes, it is spiritual warfare out here. Some people is not in it. Some people is in it. Who knows? Who is your calling? Whatever your calling got going on, that's what you need to do, or you don't want to do, or you don't know if it's there yet. So I'm gonna let you know that your mother of all things, all areas and aspects, is the moon. Now, the moon is the one gives out the emotion. Now, that is your mother. Now, I'm not saying that's your mother that you need to praise on. I'm meaning that's your mother that it delivers a spiritual thing, meaning energy. If you want to break it down to that kind of aspects. So when it breaks down to breaking down to energy or spiritually, that's part of you. The other part of you is the sun. Now we already know that Leo is the sun, meaning is that Leo is more self-centered, self-centered zodiac. We understand that. If you don't understand that, watch a Leo by far. If you watch a Leo by far and watch them move and see how they interact, you will understand that the sun really is the Leo. Because I'm not saying that it's the father, because we are seeing that that's not, it can't be the father. The most thing would be the father of the second father, whether it would be we all knows that Saturn. Because what's opposite from the moon is Saturn. But the thing is that the reason why it became the opposite for Saturn is because what happened between in the beginning, who you I don't know, whatever name you want to call them, and that situation happened and things changed. Now, Saturn never would be the father of the earth, but since that happened, it became the father of the earth. Now, you maybe don't want to believe it and see, it's not the truth and things like that, but you gotta understand, if you really step back and watch a person who's under Saturn, and watch them move, and watch how they do things, and watch what they would do things, and how they want to do things, and all that aspects, And you gotta put 2 to 2 together, or 3, or 4, or 5. And I don't really need to go that far, because 2 to 2 for me is far enough for me, because I can see it and I can hear it. You know, I definitely could touch it. But but one thing is that I cannot smell it. But then it take me to a spot where like, why couldn't you smell it? Because your nose is maybe stuffed up or whatever the case could be. I'm like, nah, it's not that. Because the reason why I said that, because I could smell food a mile away. Like, if it's pizza around the way, somewhere around the corner, I can smell it. If it's Philly cheesesteak, I can smell it. If it's buffalo wings, I can smell it. It's just like, food is like my number one thing. Is like, and I could just smell it. So I was like, so at that time being, I'm sitting here like, sure enough, I couldn't smell it, but I sure enough did see it and touch it and hear it, and then walking it, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, this got to be the truth. So I was like, okay, fine. So Saturn is the father, because they somehow basically tricked the two, and now Saturn becomes the father of this earth. But the originated father of this earth, doesn't even have a snap to it. But really, to be honest, it does have a snap to it. Let me give you a prime example. If you go ahead and make the box, you are the one making the box, and then somebody else just comes there and put a stamp onto it, saying that it belongs to them. But you the one created the box. So what do you call that? So I'm sitting here like, sometimes some people don't really don't put a thought to it, or maybe they don't want to, or maybe they will. Who knows? But I'm not here for just to criticize or who are or giving a credit to a certain body. I'm not here for that. What I'm here is to enlighten and to give you something that what everybody's here and arguing about on different things, like back in ancient time and now and present, not present but past, of little of the past, of ready to go into the future and things like that. And I'm sitting here like, and all these events happen, or this didn't happen. They don't have a proof of it. They saying this is not this. Some people saying they got a proof of it. Then it goes on and 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 on. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so why is these people just keep going on and on and on? But do they see themselves really, like literally? Do they really see themselves? Because if you watch yourself, and it's like looking yourself in the mirror, and you are looking yourself in the mirror, and you are seeing yourself. When you are seeing yourself, that's who you are at the time moment, as why you are still living here. Because there's a lot of people here and then left. And I'm not talking about a certain age group, because it doesn't even matter. We already seen that. And if you do not see it, that means when you watch this video, that means you just been enlightening that it's more things that we haven't seen. But most likely, the people who watching this video already saying, yes, duh, or we already know that. People dying left and right. We don't care. I'm still here and I'm doing my thing. I'm still trying to get the bag. I'm doing whatever. I'm getting the bag. Whatever the case is, I'm fucking bitches. It doesn't matter. Or I have me a wife, or I have me somebody who's with me. I have me a friend. I have my family. All those things are happening. So, and when those things is happening, those people are operating off of energy. Literally. It's a certain energy. Now here goes another kicker on another thing. Now, there's a lot of people always talking about to get to know somebody, and you got to know their chart. Okay, understanding, yeah, their birth chart makes a big difference, but the birth chart does not tell you 100% report of this person. The reason why I could say that, because even though we do reports for ourselves, most likely it's not an accurate report. It's gonna get enough accurate, but not 100% proof, because you could really doing your work at your job, doing the report, and then it takes one day that something didn't come through together. Now the report is off. It's not, it out of the 365. Now, out of that, only one time that it was off. And that's all it needed to be. One time. It only takes one time just to be off. And then when that one time to be off, it's not perfect. Now, what I just wanted to say to y'all guys is that understands that where you at, where do you stand at? Because where do you stand at, you are being judged by somebody not in this world. It's not in this world, because everybody who you see around you cannot even judge you. Because at one point in time, you hear this, only God could judge me, right? So you already at a conscious mind that you want to put there, as in only God can only judge you, and that's correct. But only problem is that, do you know what are you doing to make situation better? You got to understand your calling, because when you saying only God can judge you, make sure you are doing your part as your calling. It's not going to be perfect, but understands the certain things that is out there, because you got the sun, you got the moon, you got the Saturn, you got Mars, you got Venus, you got Mercury, you got Pluto, you got Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, and it like the list just keep going. Like it just, it could keep going. But they only gave you 12 just for us little mind or big mind, for you to handle that. Because whatever you handle right there, you need to find a way to organize it and fix it and correct it. Because it is a lot of things that's going on in our world that is not even supposed to be going on. But we letting it happen because we are being nonchalant about the situation. And we understand, yes, you're not here to judge anybody, but understand that when you are doing your part, do not take it over to extreme, and do not take it over to less. See, that's why I say, with not Leo, but Libras, they job is big. Leo, their job is big. Aquarius, their job is big. Gemini, their job is big. And you know who's the number one who understands this all the way through? Out of all 12 Zodiac, the number one can understand what is going on. You gotta say Scorpio, because the reason is, put it like this. If you have a bunch of words scattered in the ocean, in the sea, just scattered, and it's not even coming up to make anything, and soon it comes up and you see the word comes up, whatever, it shows you right there in there. And but the thing is that you gotta understand who, what, and brought for you this says, and this is what's going on. Then after that, when it's touched down, it scatters again. It's like it has its own mind. Its own mind. Yes, you receive it, but it's on its own channel. Everybody else is doing on their own channel of the operation. And Scorpio, that's why they are so very intense. It's so intense that it's unbelievable, because it's something that they could control of it when it's very angry. Because you gotta understand that when it's angry, it has no choice but to do what it needs to do, and then when it's done, it's at its idle. That's all it's doing, is idling. And it's like, please don't come here and fuck with me, because if you fuck with me, you understand this. Anytime, whatever it is, better be ready. Because if you're not ready, trust me, I do not have the control of it when it comes when it comes. So please, if you're gonna come fuck with me, be right on a state of mind of every aspect, because this boat is not something that you just gonna come here and you just gonna ride it. That's not what it is. So do not play with it if you're not ready. Understandable. That's just understand. That is the ability that one zodiac out of the all gave this perfect thing of all. But only thing is that it's always going like this and hoping. If you are ready for this, please do not be surprised. So, because it's a fixed sign, it knows what it wants to do. But when you drift it to where it don't wants to drift at, please stop trying to play yourself, because everybody here wants a piece of it. But you are really don't understand it, because first of all, it's gonna choose you. You're not gonna choose it. You're not gonna go ahead and choose it, because there's no such thing you're gonna choose it, because it was never told at that moment to choose for you to choose it. It chose you by the time you even hit the door. So understands that when it been chosen, it because it's somebody else to chose way and beyond of a Scorpio, and it just letting the Scorpio know what they need to do with this person. Simple as that. It might be a very confusing state, but at the end of that story, it's like with Libra, I will say it is what it is, and it's just crazy, And I'm not trying to say Libra is the only person who would bring up that particular phrase. No. The reason why I say Libra would say mostly like that, because they do this a lot. This scaling, they love the scale, like this pros and cons, like you can see what or could balance it out, and then when it cannot even balance it out, it's be like it is what it is. So it's just crazy like that. So thank you for watching this video. My time is up, because I gotta get back to work too, because I am a workaholic, because I like to work, and that was something I didn't know at the time. But when you get to know yourself a little bit, and you be wondering like, okay, I see that's what it does. But I gotta keep it moving. So stay tuned for the next video. I don't know what's the next video, what I would like to talk about, or what you guys might be talking about. But I will see, and I will stay tuned and make it happen. All right. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Johnny Rico, the Mnemonic, and I'm out.